breathtaking panorama of Shimla. Vacation for couples. From the balconies, they could gaze out upon the mist-shrouded hills, their peaks looming majestically against the backdrop of a rosy-hued sky. Below, the town of Shimla sprawled out before them like a patchwork quilt, its bustling streets alive with the comings and goings of travelers and locals alike. As night fell, the hotel came alive with the soft strains of music and laughter, as guests gathered in the dining hall to savor the culinary delights of the region. Candlelight danced upon fine china and crystal glassware, casting flickering shadows upon the faces of those gathered around the table. In the embrace of such luxury and tranquility, the troubles of the world seemed to melt away, replaced by a sense of contentment and serenity that enveloped them like a warm embrace. And as they drifted off to sleep, lulled by the gentle rustle of the leaves and the distant murmur of the wind, they knew that they had found a home away from home in the heart of Shimla. That night in the dining hall of the hotel exuded an air of timeless elegance, its grandeur matched only by the warmth of its hospitality. As the three couples entered, they were greeted by the soft glow of candlelit and the tantalizing aroma of spices drifting from the kitchen. The room was spacious yet intimate, with high ceilings adorned with intricate chandeliers that cast a soft, golden light upon the scene below. Tables draped in crisp white linen were arranged in neat rows, each one set with gleaming silverware and delicate china, a testament to the attention to detail that defined the hotel's service. A large fireplace crackled merrily at one end of the room, its flames casting dancing shadows upon the walls and filling the air with a comforting warmth. Plush armchairs and velvet sofas were arranged around the hearth, inviting guests to linger and indulge in after-dinner conversation. As the couples took their seats, the sound of laughter and conversation filled the air, mingling with the clink of glasses and the soft strains of music playing in the background. Waiters bustled about, delivering plates of steaming food and refilling glasses with wine, their attentive service ensuring that every need was met with grace and efficiency. The menu offered a tantalizing array of dishes, showcasing the flavors of the region with an exquisite finesse. Spicy curries, fragrant biryanis, and tender kebabs tempted the palate, while fresh salads and vegetable dishes provided a refreshing counterpoint to the rich, indulgent fare. Amidst the feast, the couples found themselves lost in conversation, their voices rising and falling in animated discussion as they shared stories of their day's adventures and made plans for the days to come. They spoke of trekking through the mountains, exploring ancient temples, and immersing themselves in the vibrant culture of Shimla, their excitement palpable in the air. As the evening wore on, the dining hall buzzed with the energy of newfound friendship and camaraderie, the bonds of companionship strengthened with each passing moment. And as they savored the last bites of their meal and exchanged heartfelt good nights, they knew that the memories made in this enchanting space would stay with them long after they had left its embrace. The very next morning dawned over Shimla with a gentle glow, casting a soft light upon the town and bathing it in a golden hue. As the three couples stirred from their slumber, the promise of a new day beckoned, filled with endless possibilities and adventures waiting to be discovered. In the hotel dining hall, the air was alive with anticipation as Arnab, Sonali, Jay, and Anita gathered for breakfast. The room was bathed in the soft morning light streaming through the windows, casting a warm, inviting glow upon the scene. Tables adorned with crisp white tablecloths were set with an array of breakfast delights, from freshly baked pastries and seasonal fruits to steaming pots of coffee and tea. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the scent of sizzling bacon and eggs, enticing the senses and whetting the appetite. As the couples settled into their seats, their faces alight with excitement for the day ahead, the atmosphere was charged with an infectious energy. Laughter and chatter filled the air as they exchanged stories of the previous day's adventures and made plans for the day ahead. Arnab and Sonali spoke eagerly of their plans to explore the nearby hiking trails, while Jay and Anita shared their excitement for a visit to a local market renowned for its handicrafts and souvenirs. Smita's absence was felt keenly, but they remained hopeful that she and Varun would soon join them, their spirits undimmed by the mystery surrounding their disappearance. As they indulged in the delights of the morning spread, the dining hall became a hub of activity and camaraderie, with each couple lost in the joy of the moment and the promise of new experiences awaiting them. And as they raised their glasses in a toast to friendship and adventure, they knew that whatever the day may bring, they would face it together, united in their bond of shared experiences and cherished memories. The morning sun bathed Shimla in a warm embrace as the three couples gathered in the hotel dining hall, their anticipation tinged with concern for the absence of Smita and Varun. Despite their best efforts to remain upbeat, a sense of unease lingered in the air, casting a shadow over the morning's proceedings. But the minutes ticked by with no sign of the missing couple. Arnab, Sonali, Jay, and Anita exchanged worried glances, their thoughts consumed by the mystery of their disappearance. The room, once filled with laughter and chatter, fell silent as they anxiously awaited their friend's arrival. With each passing moment, the weight of uncertainty grew heavier upon their shoulders, until at last, they could wait no longer. Determined to find answers, they set out in search of Smita and Varun, scouring every corner of the hotel and its surroundings in a frantic bid to unravel the mystery. Room by room, they searched, calling out their names in hushed tones and listening intently for any sign of a response. Yet, their efforts proved fruitless, and their fears only intensified as they realized the gravity of the situation. Outside, the bustling streets of Shimla offered no solace, as they combed through crowded marketplaces and winding alleyways in a desperate attempt to find their missing friends. With each passing hour, their sense of dread deepened, as the realization dawned that Smita and Varun had vanished without a trace. As the morning wore on and their search yielded no results, a sense of helplessness settled over the group, their hopes of a swift resolution fading with each passing moment. Yet, they refused to give up, driven by a fierce determination to uncover the truth and bring their friends home safe. And so, they pressed on, their hearts heavy with worry and uncertainty, as they vowed to leave no stone unturned in their quest to find Smita and Varun and unravel the chilling mystery that had engulfed them all. As the morning sun reached its zenith, the three couples found themselves at a crossroads, their search for Smita and Varun leading them to the heart of Shimla's bustling streets. Hope wavered as time slipped by, each passing moment punctuated by a growing sense of desperation. But then, a glimmer of hope pierced the gloom as they stumbled upon a crowd gathered in the middle of the street. Pushing through the throng, their hearts pounding with trepidation, they saw her, Smita, sitting in the midst of the crowd, her eyes vacant and unseeing, lost to the world around her. With a mixture of relief and apprehension, Jay and Anita rushed to her side, their voices filled with concern as they gently guided her away from the chaos. Smita's words were a jumble of confusion and fear, her mind trapped in a labyrinth of darkness from which she could not escape. As Smita sat in the midst of the bustling street, her condition painted a haunting tableau of distress and disorientation. Her once lively eyes were now dull and vacant, devoid of recognition or awareness, as if the world around her had faded into a distant haze. Her movements were slow and unsteady, her body swaying gently with each passing moment as if caught in the ebb and flow of unseen currents. Her lips moved in silent whispers, the words lost to the chaos of her mind, as she reached out with trembling hands to touch the world around her. Those who gathered to witness the spectacle watched in stunned silence, their faces a mixture of curiosity and concern as they bore witness to Smita's plight. Some whispered prayers for her well-being, while others exchanged worried glances, their hearts heavy with empathy for the woman lost in the midst of their bustling world. For Smita's friends, the sight was a gut-wrenching reminder of the fragility of the human mind, a stark contrast to the vibrant and vivacious woman they knew and loved. With each passing moment, their sense of helplessness deepened, as they struggled to comprehend the depths of her suffering and the mysteries that lay at its heart. And as they gathered around her, their voices filled with concern and compassion, they vowed to do whatever it took to bring her back from the brink, to unravel the enigma that had robbed her of her senses and restore her to the vibrant spirit they knew she once was. Realizing that Smita needed urgent medical attention, Jay and Anita whisked her away to the nearest hospital, their hearts heavy with worry for their friend's well-being. As Smita was rushed to the hospital, her condition painted a harrowing picture of distress and confusion. Upon arrival, medical professionals immediately sprang into action, their faces etched with concern as they assessed her state. Smita sat in a daze, her eyes vacant and unseeing, as if lost in a world of her own making. Her words came in fragmented whispers, disjointed and nonsensical, betraying a mind gripped by profound confusion and fear. The doctors conducted a series of thorough examinations, probing for physical ailments or injuries that could explain Smita's alarming state. Yet, their efforts yielded no definitive answers, leaving them grasping at straws in the face of an enigma that defied explanation. Initial tests revealed no signs of physical trauma or illness, leading the medical team to suspect that Smita's condition was rooted in psychological distress. The events leading up to her sudden onset of symptoms, the visit to the antique shop, the eerie atmosphere of the temple, and the mysterious disappearance of Varun, painted a chilling picture of a mind pushed to the brink by forces beyond comprehension. As the hours stretched on, Smita remained in a state of catatonia, her consciousness adrift in a sea of confusion and uncertainty. The doctors worked tirelessly to stabilize her condition, administering medication and therapeutic interventions in the hopes of coaxing her back to reality. Yet, despite their best efforts, Smita remained trapped in the recesses of her own mind, her thoughts and memories obscured by a veil of darkness. Her loved ones stood vigil by her bedside, their hearts heavy with worry and anguish as they prayed for a miracle that seemed increasingly out of reach. And so, as night fell over Shimla and the hospital corridors grew quiet, Smita's condition remained a haunting mystery, a poignant reminder of the fragility of the human mind in the face of inexplicable terror. And as her friends and family grappled with the uncertainty of her fate, they clung to hope with a tenacity born of love and determination, refusing to surrender to the darkness that threatened to consume them all. Meanwhile, Arnab and Sonali made their way to the police station, their minds reeling from the shocking turn of events. Inside the station, they were met with a sense of solemn determination as they recounted the harrowing ordeal to the authorities. Every detail, no matter how small, was scrutinized and catalogued as the officers pledged to take the case seriously and spare no effort in their search for Varun. As they spoke, a sense of urgency hung in the air, the gravity of the situation weighing heavily upon them all. With Smita in the hospital, her condition still uncertain, and Varun's whereabouts unknown, the stakes had never been higher. And so, with heavy hearts and determined resolve, they joined forces with the police in a race against time to unravel the mystery that had gripped them all. The road ahead was fraught with uncertainty and danger, but they refused to waver, united in their quest to bring their friends home safe and unravel the chilling enigma that had shattered their idyllic vacation in Shimla. Story continues. Thanks for watching.